Virgin Islands Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett is among the lawmakers reacting to the Derek Chauvin conviction in the death of George Floyd. She spoke one-on-one with our Washington correspondent Matt Knadler about policing in America. Here's their conversation.
Congresswoman, thanks for the time, and again, good to see you again. I'll pick up on there's a whole lot to talk about, so I'll pick up on the news of the week here to start with your thoughts here on this verdict for George Floyd, this Derek Chauvin murder trial. You had a lot to say on social media. Just give me your thoughts here on this as well.
Sure. First I want to say that I continue to not just pray for George Floyd, but for so many families that are going through this right now, concern about family members who have been brutalized, killed by police officers. I pray for police officers, the good police officers, who maybe after this trial now feel comfortable stepping forward. While this trial was happening, there was finally a reversal of a case against a police officer in Buffalo, a woman who had intervened, fought another police officer to keep him off of someone. She ended up losing her job, lost her pension, was out of work for 15 years before the courts reinstated her and gave her her back pay for doing the right thing. And then, for families like myself who have Black husbands, fathers, sons who are concerned for their safety. And, those of us who live in the Virgin Islands in some instance believe that we are immune to this living in the islands, but we all have sons and cousins and nephews that live in these states that are subjected to this. And there are fellow human beings, so we should be concerned for them as well. And I have to say that I don't believe that this is justice, but this is accountability. And justice is the George Floyd Justice and Policing Bill making its way to the floor of the Senate, them debating and voting on it, and it passing, which is not to defund the police, but to give proper tools to the police, to create a database for all police officers. I even know in the Virgin Islands, think about this, right now, there is no national database that says if a police officer was removed from one police force because of his bad actions. Because of that, a police officer, someone with experience or someone who's like, yeah, I've been through academy, here's my certificates, whatever, can come to the Virgin Islands and get a job. And we don't know that this may be a racist police officer. This may be someone who has a record of brutality, have had complaints against him. I had a meeting with the FBI director, Chris Wray, who says that right now only about 40% of police departments self-report officers that have been removed. We need this to be national because I trust people of the Virgin Islands. We do not need these officers coming down to us. Additionally, we need to remove qualified immunity, which really is a means by which officers cannot be indicted or found to have acted wrongly. Qualified immunity, even in the words of Clarence Thomas, one of the most conservative Supreme Court justices, says that needs to be revisited by Congress. Qualified immunity has become almost a hood under which police officers can act as Klansmen, modern day Klansmen in the United States. Finally, I'm just really grateful for the confluence that was, in fact, Keith Ellison, my former colleague as a member of Congress, who is now the state attorney general, who pushed back on the original charges and pressed for additional harder, more stringent charges against Derek Chauvin, and having an African-American police chief in Minnesota who was willing to come forward to say that this is not proper policing. I think those are some key elements change the tide on that trial.
Interesting. Well, make sure to tune in to USVI News on Friday. Matt will continue his one-on-one conversation with Congresswoman Plaskett when they discuss the American Jobs Plan and what it means for the Virgin Islands.